all of your beer at the taproom facility? Does any beer get made here anymore?
No beer gets made at the restaurant any longer. All of our beer doesn't get brewed at the tap room. Of course, we have brewing partners that help us, but
Sure.
locally, our only brewing takes place at the tap room in the freight house.
And the taproom has managed to stay open this entire time?
Has stayed...
There were a couple days
has
you were
stayed
closed.
functioning as a brewery.
Right.
We were closed to customer traffic due to the high water surrounding the building.
Right.
But our team was in there every day, and waiters keeping the beer.
And you were having parties with people and waiters.
We were.
I mean, I want to talk about the social aspect of this, and again, how you're turning something that sucks into something kind of cool. Waiter parties where you were giving discounts to people if they'd come and their waiters and drink beer. And then also a couple different times you had volunteers, and you were buying them beer, obviously, for their efforts. Can we talk about the people that rushed in? Maybe they weren't even like regular customers, just regular folks that wanted to come and help out.
The help has been overwhelming. In fact, unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to go around and talk to everyone because everybody was just so busy.
Right.
But some of the people we did talk to, it was amazing that they're not even from around here.
Right.
We had one guy, thank God he was here that day because he was a big guy and able to haul a lot of stuff. But from the Quad Cities originally, hasn't been around here since the 90s. Heard about what's happening, saw about what's happening, drove out here from Chicago, and spent the entire day helping us clear this place out, and then came and spent the entire evening getting his due with free Raging River.
I mean, yeah, right. But you work hard to drink hard, right?
That's right.
I mean, so when this is all said and done, you're going to be repairing and fixing pretty much all summer long. But you're optimistic that you'll have this place up and running
August time frame.
No kidding.
And providing this rain stops and we can keep the water out of the basement.
Right.
At this point, it's difficult to get in there and do anything while we have water pumping and drying equipment. But if the rain would just stop, I think we can get in there and get to work right away.
Do you ever get to the point where you just say, the river's beautiful to look at, but enough's enough, it's time to maybe move the restaurant somewhere else?
You know, we've had those conversations, especially in light of this.
Right.
But you know, I think if it was left to us to make that decision, it would be a big disappointment to our customers that we kind of gave up on this location because this is where Front Street was born and this is where Front Street belongs.
Right.
I think it'd be a different story if the city or the federal government came in and said, look, you guys just cannot have a restaurant here any longer.
Right.
That would be a different story, and we would embrace that and move on to the next location.
So no matter what, there will be a Front Street Brewery restaurant. It'll most likely be here.
Yes.
You haven't heard anything from the government saying...
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. But I just want you to promise me there'll always be a Front Street.
There will be a Front Street pub and eatery in the Quad Cities.
All right. And it'll most likely be here.
That's right.
Unless Uncle Sam says otherwise.
Yes.
I know your team's been through a lot. Can I ask about the workers, the servers, the people that work here? How are they holding up?
You know, it's been great. So immediately we put the word out to all of our friends in the restaurant and bar business.
Right.
And they responded again almost immediately and began hiring and putting our people to work.
Right.
Good news is for all of those businesses that weren't affected by the floods, the summer is haymaking season for the restaurant business, right? So they were already staffing up for a busy summer season, and all these folks have a place to go. Good news for us is we're going to be coming back to work about the time that season's winding down, unfortunately.
Right.
So most of our people will have the opportunity to come back to work for us here. Many of our employees have stayed involved over the last few weeks and helped with the cleanup. We've put some of them to work down at the taproom location. There's a handful that are on unemployment, but everybody has found a place to be and are doing okay.
Finally, can I ask you about the other Quad City breweries that have your beer and Great River beer on? I mean, your beer's being poured at a lot of places that it ordinarily wouldn't be as a result of this. Can we talk a little bit about what that's like, how in times like these you guys as brewers can kind of come together?
Yeah, I tell you, that was overwhelming to have Doc from Green Tree reach out almost immediately.
Right.
We had a couple of other places, even as far as Cedar Rapids, that didn't presently have our beer on tap that said, hey, we'd like to buy your beer, pour your beer, and send all the proceeds to you guys.
Right.
Which is exactly what Green Tree did.
Right.
They put 3 of our beers on. They put a couple of Great Rivers beers on. As soon as we could get customers back in the tap room, we returned that favor. We ordered the last beer that was on 7G's shelf from Great River. and we're pouring that at the tap room and doing the same for them.
Raging River, delicious IPA inspired by the flood of '93. Flood of 2019, is that going to inspire a beer?
We're dreaming something up. I'm thinking Dam Buster or Barrier Breach or something like that.
Well, do you know what kind of style that's going to be? Have you given that any thought?
It's got to be something really that hits you hard, doesn't it?
Right. I don't know that there's been a better title throughout all of this than on your Firkin Friday when you had the "We're Still Firkin Here."
That was good.
That's well done. Well, looking forward to the restaurant being back open. And, everybody can do their part by drinking as much Front Street Brewery beer as possible to get them through the lean times, through the hard times. And you're committed to the Quad Cities. You're committed to staying here.
That's right.
Unless Uncle Sam says otherwise, but you feel pretty confident it'll be here.
Yes,
All right.
definitely.
Well, Tim, our best to you and your crew.
And I'm sorry we don't have a beer to finish this with.
You're busy, though. You're busy pumping, and we'll figure out a way. We'll have some beers afterwards. In fact, how about this? How about you invite us back for beer when everything's up and running?
You'll be the first to know.
That's what I want to hear. All right, Tim Baldwin, we're here at Front Street Brewery. Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, Dave.
We just have such a close-knit community, and everybody's so helpful. So it's pretty neat to see everyone not only volunteer, but everybody's in the same boat.
Oh my gosh.
Our business just stopped operating. So it's like, where do you go from here?